Welcome to My Skeptical Sister. I'm Erin, the believer.
I'm Megan, the scared out of her pants one, because we have a live show in a
Oh,
week.
I know.
But other than that, I am the skeptical one.
I know. I bet our listeners, especially the ones who can't come, are like, I can't wait because
They need to quit talking about it.
Yeah.
I know. And I kind of hadn't done the math up until this point. So I didn't realize, I think last week it was like, oh, we're going to see you at the live show. I was like, oh, we still have one that's going to be released
yeah.
on this Thursday. But if you are listening to that, then chances are you're not at the live show because it'll be out.
Yeah.
Right?
If you're listening as this comes out, then I guess you couldn't make it.
And that's okay. We'll be thinking about you while we're at our live show. But yeah, super excited about that. And just getting a little bit more nervous the closer it gets.
Yes, for sure. I'm definitely nervous. Again, still thinking of it in the abstract, like it's not real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when I'll start to think that it's real.
It'll just all feel like a dream by the end of it.
Not today. Today is not the day I'm going to start focusing on it.
Okay, then I'll stop talking about it.
We spent all weekend together because two of our best friends, my friend Jill, really, and your best friend Emily got married.
Yes, and we were their matchmakers.
That's right.
Really. The wedding was beautiful, but we were responsible for the whole thing.
Yeah, you're welcome.
No, it was a beautiful wedding, and they did a romantic picnic style.
Yeah, like date night, picnic under the stars.
Oh, it was amazing. It was literally like we were on dates with our husbands,
right?
Which was so nice. It was well thought out and romantic. Definitely the most romantic wedding I've ever been to.
Yeah,
it was so sweet. I loved it.
It was beautiful. So I posted on our Instagram the little gift I gave him that was a little crocheted.
Oh, it was so cute.
Or not crocheted, cross stitch.
Yeah, it was so cute. It was like both of the brides and then their little dog Gus in the middle, and she got their dresses down.
I know, she's amazing. Her name is Sarah, and she has. If you're interested in one of those gifts, she's not sponsoring us or anything, but it's too cool not to share.
Yeah, we'll sponsor her. It was amazing.
You in Stitches.
You in Stitch, like UYOU.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when I heard it, I thought, oh, you had me in Stitches, which is what she's going off of, but it's actually you in Stitches, like in cross stitch.
Oh, how cute. I love it.
Clever. She
is so clever.
A fun person.
Sounds right up our alley. But that wedding was also fun because we got to spend some time with one of our fan favorites who I hadn't met yet.
Oh.
The lovely Judy, which was one of the bride's mothers.
Yes.
And she was so cute. At one point she said, Megan, I have to tell you, my daughter getting married was pretty great. Meeting you. She said, meeting you in person was amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, Judy. And of course, Jules standing right there, just like rolls her eyes. Mom.
I've known her since I was in high school, so I guess the magic was gone from me.
Oh, she was going around like introduced, like she couldn't wait to meet all of the characters from our podcast. Like Jack was there, and Tim and Chad, and all the people that we'd like to. And James, when she met James, she's like, I hear about you every week on the podcast, and it was so cute. It was a great time all around. It was so good. I don't think I realized, like, lately, if I get the opportunity to get together with a group of people, I don't ever want it to end.
Yeah.
And it's like this panic that happens, like when people start leaving, where I'm like, where's everybody going? And I know that it's got to be because of the pandemic.
Right.
Because I haven't seen them in so long. So when we get together, and this was just so many friends that we haven't seen in so long. So
right.
I didn't want the night to end for many reasons, but it was just a perfect night.
Yes, I fully agree. It was a great kickoff to the summer, really. This summer has so many fun things happening, and this was like the first big event.
One. Yeah, for sure. So congratulations to Emily and Jill. We're so happy for both of you. They don't listen because scary stuff scares them.
Yeah, they don't like scary stuff. So
Jewel's mom, we call her Jewel and Jill, that her nickname is Jewel, but her mom, Judy, can go back and let them know that we said congratulations.
They got a shout out.
Yeah. Other than that, it's, been pretty low key.
Yeah. Finally, the weather's turning around, and we're going to be swimming all week, I hope.
Yes, that will be fun. Getting tan for our show. I know, because we actually have to care about our appearance.
I know.
I mean, because if you could see how we look on record nights, trust me, ain't nothing pretty happening over here.
I'm in pajamas, like short shorts.
Yeah, short booty shorts over here to the left of me. And
that's right. You're welcome.
And I came from playing in the creek with my kids all day, so I really do stink. I smelled me something. I was like, oh no, that is not a good smell. So I won't get too close to you, but yeah. So we'll try to freshen up a little bit for.
I promise I won't wear booty shorts.
Yeah. Oh, please do. That'd be hilarious. And I'll smell like a creek. It'll be amazing.
It'll be like the real thing.
Yeah, you all wanted it. Here it is. So I'm excited about stories tonight.
Me too. I read mine right before we got there, and there's some good imagery in there.
Okay. I think you should go first because I went first. Okay. I think last time.
I'll go first. Yeah, it's good. Let me set down my Bloody Mary.
I know. I was going to say it does kind of feel like Sunday morning, but really it's Sunday night. We decided to because we did drink a little bit at the wedding last night.
Right.
So I was like, but we wanted to record and put a nice gap between tonight and our live night. So we're like, well, do we not drink? No, we just hunker down and do Bloody Marys like you do whenever you're a little hungover.
Yeah, very classy adult beverage.
Yes.
Okay, so the story I'm going to read tonight is from, I'm assuming Robin. She didn't actually sign at the bottom, but the email address has the word Robin in it. So I'm going to assume it's Robin.
Okay.
So Robin writes, "Hey there, I hope you peeps are doing well. I came across a post on Facebook on another podcast about you starting a new podcast, and I'm super excited to start listening because I did some major hustling.
You did.
Last week.
And it worked.
And it paid off.
Yeah.
We got lots of stories. So now if you're not hearing your story right away, it's because we got to get through them now.
Yep, we do.
Yes, so thank you for everybody who responded. You requested ghost stories be sent in, so I figured I would go ahead and send in mine. In advance, I'm sorry for how long this is. However, if you do read all of it, I hope you enjoy and are as spooked out as I was/have been." So, and I told her and everybody else who wrote like, "Oh, it's kind of long." I'm like, good, because we read 2 stories. And
yeah, I mean, if we don't get 2 stories, we'll sometimes throw in a third one, but then that means less stories in our bank.
Right. And we like them long. To preface the story. Sorry,
do.
To preface the story, this happened while I lived with my dad and have since moved in with my boyfriend. While living with my dad, I used to wake up anywhere from 3 to 4 a.m. pretty much every night, and sometimes once at 3, then again at 3:30 or 3:45.
Does she live with my baby? Because that's the schedule we're on right now, and it sucks. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
I would wake up wide awake and would feel like someone was in the room with me, but was always alone and never saw anything. I then got on medication that also helps me sleep, so I had been sleeping through the night with pretty much no problems. The night this happened was the first time I woke up through the night since being on that medication. I also slept with my door closed and my fan on, blowing towards me. Both are very important details.
Okay.
A few months ago, I woke up at 3:45 to see that my door was open, pushed all the way open until it was against the standing mirror I have. This wasn't uncommon as my dog Ferb, again,
aww, cute name.
We love the dog names, so cute, who usually sleeps with my dad in his room across the hall, knows how to push my door open with his nose, as long as my door isn't closed all the way. So I get up and shut my door, not thinking anything of it. I laid back down, facing my door, and as I'm closing my eyes and my head is hitting the pillow, the door creaks open about an inch. At this point, I laugh to myself and look up from my pillow thinking that Ferb was wanting back into my room. The only problem is Ferb wasn't there opening the door. Nothing was there. I laid my head back down, convincing myself it was somehow just the air in the house, even though something has to physically open my door for it to move, let alone move an inch. I have my eyes closed and can hear my door slowly creaking open more and more until it hits my mirror again.
Ooh, so it's like a slow.
Yeah, and creaking slow. Knowing it isn't Ferb, I keep my eyes closed and act like I'm sleeping because I refuse to be the person who looks into things and either dies or gets scared by a ghost, like in the movie.
I'd have to look. I would be so curious.
I fully understand not looking. I don't understand the people who are like, well, I closed my eyes and fell asleep. But
yeah.
At least she's like, oh, don't mind me. I'm just asleep here. That is until I hear a specific click. Now, since you don't know my dad, you wouldn't know that every time he takes a step, his ankle clicks.
Oh.
We always joke that he could never be a ninja, as the clicking would always give away his location. Thinking this is the click I hear, I open my eyes. I hate that feeling of her being like, oh, it's fine, it's my dad.
Yeah.
Standing in the doorway of my room is a shadow figure that isn't my dad. It's too short and too slim to be my dad. I also can't make out any details of this figure. All I can see is the silhouette from it because of the light coming down the hall from the living room. As I come to the realization that this is not my dad,
Oh.
the figure turns from my room and walks down the hall. I immediately close my eyes and pretty much act like I was, of course, just sleeping. A couple of seconds later, I hear my dad get up from his bed, walk around the house, then go lay back down. As my dad is walking around the house, I feel the air blowing from my fan shift, almost as if someone is standing in front of it, and I can only feel the air going around them.
What? People are bringing these stories. That last week's and now this one.
I know.
Oh shit.
It gets worse.
Oh.
I'm definitely still playing at sleeping at this point, since apparently whatever I just saw decided to join me in my room like it was hiding from my dad. You just got chills. I saw
Oh
him.
my gosh, hiding from my dad in front of the fan. Oh my gosh.
As soon as my dad lays back down, the air goes back to normal, and I breathe a sigh of relief. Like, oh, good, it's gone.
Yeah, no, it's still in the house.
I wait a few seconds, then hesitantly open my eyes to see if my dad just decided to turn off the light in the living room. I first look towards my fan and don't see anything. Great. I then look over, and in the doorway of my room is the same figure, same height and all, only this time.
No, what?
Okay. Only this time, I don't see all of it. Instead, I just see standing there. The figure looks as if it is peeking into my room. Its hands are wrapped around the threshold, and its head is peeking around from them and looking right at me.
Shut up.
No, I won't do it. I think at this point, I just gave up and decided to keep my eyes closed for good. I laid in bed for probably another 30 minutes, just calming myself down, and somehow fell asleep. There it is.
Fell asleep.
The next morning, my dad makes a comment about how Ferb was acting up last night around 4 and didn't sleep well. And that's why he woke up. I didn't tell my dad any of what happened, as he would just think I was crazy or it was just some weird dream. Jumping to me living with my boyfriend Josh, I'm convinced whatever was at my dad's and pretended to be him has followed me to my new house.
Oh no.
I've had a few instances now of people or animals being mimicked when they're clearly in a different room. Have you heard about mimicking?
No.
So it's like if you heard my voice say, "Hey, Megan, come in here." And then I'll walk in the room and I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And you're like, "Didn't you just call me?" Like you hear my voice.
That's exploding head disease.
That is not. Exploding head is a bang or a loud noise.
That can't be real because that's terrifying. Just saying.
I think mimicking is the scariest thing.
That has got to be the scariest thing. It's trickery. It is trying to get me at my most vulnerable. Like
with somebody you trust.
Yeah, if you told me, "Hey, Meg, come here," I would
without question.
Wouldn't question it. Yeah, at all.
Guard down. Yeah.
What's up? Yeah. Oh,
we're mimicking each other. Dun dun dun.
We will not go back into song. Oh my gosh. Yeah, mimicking. I guess I've seen it played out in movies.
Yeah.
But this is the first time I'm hearing it in a story. So
yeah.
Oof. Okay. What's this lady's name? Robin?
Robin.
Oh, Robin.
I got the last paragraph. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed my experience and it gave you chills like it did when it happened to me. I look forward to listening to your podcast and hope you guys have an amazing day.
Oh, okay. But go back to that where she talks about the mimicking real quick.
Read that.
I'm sorry.
Read that.
Just that
sentence?
little sentence because I got so sidetracked with what is mimicking that.
Okay. I have had a few instances now of people/animals being mimicked while they are clearly in a different room.
Okay, but so she doesn't say, she feels like the same entity has followed her into this new home, but she's not seen it.
Yeah. I wonder if it's that whole, like it tried to trick her with the dad's ankle. Like, oh, it's just me. And now it's trying to trick her with that.
Oh my gosh. Well, what? Okay, we need to know out there in the paranormal world, there's got to be a name for that. Like
mimicking.
Well, I know, but no, like an entity that does that. Like, what is the name of the entity?
I wonder,
demon.
Is it a doppelganger? I don't know.
A doppelganger. Yeah, it's not. That's what I mean. It's got to have some name. I'm sure it does.
Right.
So if you know, please let us know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stephanie, she will know.
Right. I don't know if doppelgangers and like mimics are the same thing. I don't know.
Doppelgangers are very interesting to me.
Me too.
Yeah, like I'd like to know more about doppelgangers. If you have a doppelganger story, write it in for sure.
Right. Because I feel like usually when you hear those stories, they don't ever talk.
Right. Well, and what exactly is a doppelganger? Like, is it just somebody who looks just like somebody else?
Well,
But there's like an evil twist to it, right?
Right. It's like if you're talking in the paranormal sense of the word doppelganger, if you're just like, oh, that person looks just like you, how weird.
You have a doppelganger.
Right. That's kind of the lighter version of that. It's not really.
Which is what I've always heard. And then not until recently did I start to hear it like in a different way, as I'm like, oh, there's something more to a doppelganger other than just somebody looking exactly like somebody else.
Right. Like it's not like my husband's doppelganger that we met in Owensboro, our waiter at Red Lobster.
Looked just like Kevin.
Looked so
Was Kevin
much
there
like
too?
Kevin.
Did Kevin think he looked like
Yes,
him?
I think he was actually the best boy. Like for the longest time, I kept thinking, how can I get both of them in a picture together? And then finally, I was just like, hey, will you come here for a minute?
I don't know that I ever saw that picture.
Oh, I'll post it, and I will definitely show you.
That's so weird. Did Kevin think it looked like
Yeah,
him?
he goes, that guy does look like me. I mean, he looked.
Oh, that's weird.
He looked about 10 years younger than Kevin, but other than that,
funny. I remember when I was at Western, I would have people wave at me all the time, like with such certainty.
Oh yeah,
that they knew me. And then I had some girl run up to me and she said my name, and I was like, I'm not that person. She's like, oh my gosh, like you look exactly like this girl. And then a friend of mine brought me a newspaper article, and she was like, look, you're in the newspaper. And I looked at the newspaper and I was like, what am I doing? I don't even remember this picture. And it was the girl that looked just like me and she looked just like me.
That is so weird.
Oh my gosh. Aaron just showed me the doppelganger photo. What? That is so weird. Like with a haircut and a little bit thicker beard, they would be twins.
I know.
That's really bizarre.
I know, it's so weird.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're definitely going to have to post that. It's so weird.
When I called him over, I was like, this is weird, but you look just like my husband. Can I take a picture of you guys?
Sitting right here.
He was like, sure. Oh my gosh, we really do.
So they both thought that. That's what's so weird is, a lot of times people are like, you look just like, no, I don't.
Right.
Oh, that's crazy.
So that's like the lighter term of doppelganger.
Okay.
But like a paranormal doppelganger is like someone or an entity that takes on an image of somebody else and feels like they're like luring you away somewhere
by looking like somebody that you know.
Yeah, like you might see him like walking out of the room, and then you go to follow him.
Oh, that's so creepy. If that were to exist, thank God it doesn't.
Well, I don't know. I feel like you could maybe get on board with doppelgangers. They feel kind of cryptid, like not so much.
Yeah, but what are they really at the core?
A cryptid of some sort. I don't know.
I don't know either. But I mean, okay, so an entity that mimics. I mean, that is pretty creepy. Like that would be terrifying. So, what I was thinking though, I wonder when she says a shadow figure. Like I know what people mean when they say a shadow figure. But at the same time, I wonder, could it not have been a shadow of somebody standing in the doorway that wasn't fully in the doorway? So you could just kind of see their shadow, depending on where the light was being cast.
I don't know, because then she had the fingers holding the threshold.
But at the same time, fingers holding the threshold would then be actual fingers, but dark because of the way that the light is working. So, I mean, it's scary as hell, but what if it was a real person? Because she shut her eyes like an intruder. Like, what if it, or like a stalker or somebody that, I'm so sorry. I even hesitate saying this out loud because that's even scarier to me than a ghost. So I don't want to like terrify her, but at the same time, she talks about how she would close her eyes suddenly. So she closes her eyes after she sees that shadow. And then she feels the fan and she's too afraid to open her eyes.
Yeah.
What if she had opened her eyes and saw an actual person standing there?
And that's like a physical person standing there,
which would
block. Oh no, Robin, you okay?
Yeah, I mean, write us back, let us know. Are you doing okay? But then it sounds like hopefully it was like a one-time thing, because she said she thinks it followed her to the other one, but they're not the same thing. The mimicry. That's not what she explained happened in the first one. So if you're going to the believer side, I would say that they're two different entities. But the skeptic realm something mimicking somebody else. I mean, I might still go with some sort of version of exploding head something. You hear a phrase that somebody says all the time and
Yeah.
you're so used to hearing it, and maybe it's like the time of day that you normally hear that person say it, and so it just kind of flashes in your mind.
Yeah.
And so like the word, what was that word that you kept telling me? Now I can't even think of it. Not baklava. Balaclava.
Balaclava.
The other day, I swear that I could not get that word out of my brain. It was like, it was your voice, and it was like over and over and over. And I was like, what is wrong with me? I was like trying to get the house, and I was trying to listen to a podcast, and I couldn't. I just kept hearing it over and over again. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so annoying. I did not think that word was cool by the end of my podcast. But
I'm so sorry.
no, it's okay. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just something.
Yeah.
So it sounds like two separate things to me, whether they're real or not, because they're not. But I also think maybe the first story was an actual physical being, which is hella scary.
That is really, really scary. I hope it was a ghost. Although, and I do think it's a ghost because I feel like you would know more that it's a real person. I do. And her dad got up and walked around. I know.
Yeah, I think her dad got up and walked around because he actually heard a physical being walking around the house or making sound in the house, or the dog was acting weird because somebody, an intruder, was in their house. So the dog is acting weird, or he hears something, so he gets up to check.
Yeah.
And then that's when that person slips real quickly into her room in front of the fan, thinking she's sleeping, and then slips back out, and then the whole like peeking around. Oh my gosh, it's so horrible. It is horrible.
So horrible.
It's like Sleep with the Lights On Tonight. Horrible. But
if there's any way that it wasn't a real person, I want an update, Robin.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know, how would you not know?
Like, maybe you could see through it a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. When she says shadow figure, to me, I'm like, it sounds like it was the shadow of a person standing in your doorway.
Oh,
because the light would be behind her, right? So the light's shining in. So if a person's standing right here,
you just see their silhouette.
You just see the shadow coming into your room.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, girl. I don't know. So the subject title to this one is Encounters in the Mediterranean.
Ooh,
doesn't that sound like fun?
Very enticing.
Hi, I'm Brooke from a little Mediterranean island called Malta.
Oh my gosh.
Right, girl, we got a listener and somebody who wrote in a ghost story from Malta.
Wow, that is so cool. Let's go visit.
I know, right? Here we are. Here we are again, Brooke. We're coming your way. P.S. I'm not a native English speaker, so apologies if it's not grammatically correct all the time. That is totally fine.
We are native English speakers, and
we're
sane.
never, we are never grammatically correct, so it's okay. I saw Erin's post and thought I'd share multiple experiences, and since I heard you were so excited about UFOs on your last episode, I'm going to tell you that one too, even though I never told it to anyone.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Our first UFO.
First UFO that she has never shared with anyone, and that's big time.
That is big.
That is big.
Thank you, Brooke.
Yeah, thank you for trusting us and all of our few listeners. No, we've got a good base. Okay. Now she does give me, like, it sounds like her whole life she kind of has felt open to spirits. And so she gives kind of a play-by-play, which someday we will get to that, but I'm going to save a lot of that for another time, because otherwise, it's a very long, and I'm very grateful for all of it because we need it, but I'm going to bank half of her story for another time, and I'm just going to go to the most recent one that happened. Okay. One of the scariest things I've experienced takes us back to 2010. Me and my husband, at the time, boyfriend, and she put a lowercase x, capital D.
Let me see. That's like a face going.
I'm so old. That is hilarious. I was thinking, like, does that mean he's a doctor? Oh, okay. Now I see it. It's pretty funny. Oh, boy. We had our 1-year anniversary, so we decided to go on a mini vacay to Gozo, another little island that's part of Malta. We were young and broke, so we looked for the cheapest option, and I found this lady that rents an apartment for 20 Malta dollars a night. I don't know what that's.
Euros.
Oh, okay. Look at me. Whew, okay.
20 Malta dollars.
I didn't know that was the symbol for euros. I do know what a euro is, but I did not know that was the symbol for it. Okay, for 20 euros a night. We thought, what a steal. OMG, we'll spend the whole weekend. We told a couple of friends to come with us as well, but they could only come for one night. We arrive at, oh, and I'm so glad she gave me the pronunciation of this because it's spelled Xlendi.
Oh my.
Yeah, so I saw that, like, my eyes, when the first time I read it, my eyes got really like, oh no. And then she said, pronounced Schlendi, if that helps. Yes, it does.
Yes,
Thank you so much. A beautiful place with a beautiful bay. And I called this lady and she told us to meet her in her house up the hill. We went, she got her head out of the door and gave us the key, and she gave us a very hasty instruction. Go down the road, turn right, then left, then see Dolphin Flat. Go in, and it's on the second floor. Bye. Yeah.
For a minute, I was like, you'll see dolphins.
Yeah.
Keep going.
See the dolphins, ignore them, keep going.
Keep going. We're on a mission.
Right. No time to look at them. We were shook. This never happened before. Usually they come, show you around the apartment, ask for the deposit, etc. Anywho, we went, found these really old, built in the 80s apartments. It was really, very old furniture from the 80s. 2 big bedrooms that hold like 6 beds. So that's crazy. Those are big bedrooms that hold 6 beds.
Yeah.
1 kitchen / living room area and 1 bathroom, but we didn't care much. We were only going to sleep there after an awesome day at the beach. I hear that. I don't care about.
Exactly. But you said the one room with 6 beds?
Let's see. Hold on. 2 big bedrooms that hold like 6 beds.
Oh, well, I bet they're still glad that their friends only came for one night on their anniversary.
I think that's what she was saying. We only let them stay for one night.
Oh,
We're like,
gotcha.
you guys can come, but just for one night because we want some little alone time for ourselves. Hello,
Gotcha.
it's our anniversary. So our friends and us settled in, and we realized, hey, the lady didn't ask for the money. WTF? LOL. So we call her back, and she hesitated to come pick up the money. But we were like, hey, we're not coming all the way back to your house again. Now you come for your money, or we're free. Well, she says, or get them when we leave. And then she put in parentheses, my husband's cheap ass was already thinking this holiday is going to come free. And then she did put the emoji of like the hand in the palm.
That would be my husband too. 100%.
Yeah, right. Like, let's just not say anything. We can stay here for free. I think I might be a little like that too. Like, shh, it'll be fine. If she says something, we'll pay her for sure. But okay. Anyway, she agreed to come. And when she arrived, she didn't even want to come in. She was like in such a hurry. My husband's cheap ass was like, hey, I only got 20 euros on me. Will you take that discount? And she was like, that'll do. Grabbed the money and ran out of there. And boy, were we surprised that we paid for one night, even though we had a 3-night reservation.
Oh my goodness.
She looked scared to even come in the apartment. Immediately, I felt like there was something in this apartment. I said nothing to my boyfriend since he's scared of that stuff. Anyway, the first night was horrible. We kept hearing the water turn on and off and the drawers from the kitchen open and close. The next day, I woke up and went to wash my teeth. I love that. Went to wash my teeth and face, and as I looked in the mirror, I saw someone else's face, not mine.
Oh my gosh. In her own, like in place of her reflection?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
It was only for a split second. I couldn't even tell if it was a man or a woman's face. I just knew it wasn't mine. I ran out of there and refused to go into the bathroom by myself. We still spent a good day with our friends and at the beach. Then our friends left after dinner as they couldn't spend the whole weekend. So, okay, maybe I guess they couldn't spend the whole weekend. Either way, good for them. When it was bedtime, my boyfriend was acting weird, locking the doors, the windows, and even locking the bedroom door and putting a chair in front of it.
Oh my goodness.
Right? When I asked why, he said, nothing, I just don't feel safe. Huh, which that's not what you want to hear before you go to bed. Yeah, like, okay, well, so sexy time? How do you feel about that?
I'll make you feel safe, baby.
Right. Come on over here, and I guess we'll feel dangerous together. Okay. Well, the next morning, we decided we are not going to spend another night there, so we headed back home. And in the car, my boyfriend told me the reason he did all of that was because the first night he had a dream that this guy was dead in the bathroom. The sink and mirror were full of blood, and he couldn't sleep after that. Then I told him that it's weird he experienced that since I was scared of staying in the bathroom and I saw another face in the mirror. After all this time, we still talk about it. We tried to find out if something happened there, but we found no records.
Oh, no, that is really creepy.
It is very creepy. So the doors opening and closing, the water on and off, they weren't there by themselves. That because that first night their
friends were
other
there.
friends were there. So even though you think the whole household should be asleep, I wonder if there was a conversation that they had with the couple the next day. Like, were you all up?
Yeah.
Doing anything?
I don't know.
Because, sometimes you think you know people and then they do weird shit when you're on vacation. You're like, oh, that's a little different. You'll find out you're going on
Yeah,
vacation.
about to go to vacation with 9 other people.
9 different people. Well, that is going to be funny. I cannot wait to hear all the stories when you come back. But yeah, so maybe it was something to do with one of the people getting up in the middle of the night looking for something or cooking eggs. They got hungry. I don't know. And then, the face in the mirror. That's creepy, but it's like, it's one of those things you can't reenact or like slow down so you can really pay attention to what was it.
Well, yeah.
So to me, it's
that would
imagination.
TV is the only thing you can slow down.
No. Like if you hear a noise, you can go and investigate it a little bit more.
Oh.
Or if you, if you see that shadow, you could open your eyes and actually go look and see if there's a person standing there with that shadow.
Yeah.
But to see a flash like that real fast,
right?
You could go back and look in the mirror and see. I mean, see if you see it again, I guess. But if you don't, that doesn't necessarily prove it did or didn't happen.
Ugh.
So I don't know.
Scary.
I would say like you had this uneasy feeling to begin with. Like the lady kind of put it into their brains. I mean, maybe she didn't want to go there because something really bad happened to her there, or maybe
like
she had a
husband died in the bathroom.
Yeah, maybe that was it. But maybe she had, I don't know. Maybe it seemed like she didn't want to come, but maybe she had this huge distraction happening, and she really needed to get to a doctor's appointment or something,
Yeah.
So anyway, for whatever reason, it got put into their head like this was something bad happening at this place.
But how do you debunk that both situations happened in the bathroom? She looked in the mirror, saw it. He had a dream about the bathroom. There's something about that bathroom that is causing them both, because they didn't even talk about it till after they left.
Yeah, but I think it's probably just a sketchy ass bathroom. Like, the bathrooms at places that you don't normally go into are just, ugh, you don't even want to be in there. So
yeah, I've been in several bathrooms where I'm like, ooh, that's scary. I've never once seen my reflection, a different reflection.
You didn't look hard enough. No, I don't know. I just think that maybe, I'm gonna go with the side of coincidence here. It was a little bit of imagination. The bathroom sucked. You didn't want to be in there to begin with. So your brain kind of played a quick trick on you, and then he has a dream. Yes, they're both about the bathroom, but it was also, it could just be a simple coincidence,
Good grief. You think everything is a coincidence?
I mean, that's because it kind of is. But then he didn't have anything other than a dream, and he admits it was a dream.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So
it was enough to freak him out enough to put a door in front of, or
a door in front of a chair.
A chair in front of the door. I mean, okay. But now let's go to a story that we can both agree on, because UFOs.
Okay. So she said she did have this UFO story.
And this is going to be zero debunking because we're both fully on board.
Oh, I am fully on board with UFOs for sure. If you're not, I want to hear your side. I don't think I've ever met anybody who doesn't think that there's something out there.
Right.
Have you ever met anybody?
I don't know. It's so egotistical to think there's nothing else out there.
That's what I think. Like, really arrogant to think that that's it. I mean, we are so teeny tiny in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
And we think that we are the only things out there. There's no way. Okay. Now, as promised, my UFO encounter. I was 16, and me and my boyfriend at the time and a couple of friends decided to have a cookout at this really secluded place called, oh good, she gives me the pronunciation. Munxar, spelled Munxar. I always like to put the spelling in there because that just blows my mind that Munxar would be pronounced Munxar at St. Thomas Bay. We were just stargazing. It was beautiful. No light pollution, just the cliffs and water, when all of a sudden we see a triangular, huge aircraft. It was just hovering above us, and it had only 3 big lights at every point. We were scared so much, and I promise we were not under any influence. We just stayed still, and all of a sudden, 2 more UFOs show up, just hovering, but further away. They were all just blinking like crazy, red, green, and yellow lights, when in a split second, they were just poof, disappeared.
Ooh, that's creepy.
Right? We never talked about it again. It was too scary. I hope you liked my stories. I will attach some pictures for you of these places. Lots of spooky hugs from across the globe, Brooke. And she
Aw.
does. And these places are
Oh
beautiful.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
like we definitely are going to Malta.
Oh, Brooke, let us
Isn't
stay at
that
your
gorgeous?
house.
I know, I know. Or listen, I'll go back to that creepy place. If it's only 20
Oh.
euro a night, I'll go.
Oh.
Aaron won't, but I'll go.
Okay. 20 years. Oh, I don't know.
I mean, if Brooke is our tour guide, Brooke, we won't make you use the bathroom.
Brooke's not going back. Are you kidding me?
But yeah, so UFOs for sure are happening. They're there.
Yeah.
Right. They're scary. I
Right.
mean, they're fascinating to me, but I'm like, what do they want? What, how come we don't know anything about them?
That idea of them hovering so still and then suddenly they're gone is such a common, like,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of like
so
a
scary.
trademark of UFOs.
Right. And it's
Because
so
there's
scary.
no like, first of all, for any craft to just hover.
Right.
I mean, drones do that now, but
Yeah.
really, other than drones.
Right. And she was 16 at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And that, I mean, she didn't really say how large, but she's called it an aircraft. So much larger than a drone is what I would think.
Right.
Yeah. Super, super creepy. And then they're just disappearing and gone.
Yeah.
I wonder if, because she says, I've never told anybody this, but she was with other people. So I wonder if in that circle, did they ever talk about it?
No, she says we never talked about it again. It was too scary.
She did say that. Wow, that's really interesting.
I know. It's time to message those friends.
Yeah, it is. Go back and try to, get some nerve up and say, hey, what did you see? You draw it, I'll draw it. Let's see if we both saw the same thing.
Right.
I mean, that's fascinating. And that's that happens all the time, I feel like, with UFOs, or at least it did with our own mom.
Yeah.
That one story. So
yeah, that's really good. I love a good UFO story, and that bathroom story. I'm sorry. I fully believe that. That's very creepy. It's just too weird that they both had that like pull to the bathroom of a negative feeling, a negative experience, even if one was a dream. And I've had scary dreams and woken up and being like, ooh, that was scary, but never thought I don't feel safe here.
Yeah, I don't know. I've had some dreams that have been so vivid that they've shooken me for a while. Like, get up and check the house and make sure everything.
Yeah, but this is like the next night, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's true. That is
true. I get stuck with him all day, and probably all day he's going, it was just a dream. That is so silly. Yeah. And then at night he's like, oh, I still do not want to be in here.
Weird.
And it's enough to cancel your free night at the place.
Yeah, that's true. That's a lot. That's got to be a bad feeling. So thank you so much, Brooke, from so far away, Malta. That is so exciting. We are just thrilled to have you on our podcast, and thrilled that you're going to be hosting us when we come over there.
Can't wait to stay.
We fully accept, and thank you for the invite.
Yeah, one of the things that I really like about Anchor is that you can see where people are listening. And right before we recorded, I said, Megan, we have someone from a new country. We have someone from Malta listening. And she was like,
they wrote in.
That's my story tonight. So
yeah, so spread the word, please, for us in Malta, because we'd like to get a little fan base there. That would be really awesome, because then maybe somebody really would invite us over there.
Right. I also got to brag to her about our re-listeners in Australia.
Yeah, we got some listeners in Australia. Good day, mate.
Oh, dear. She means we had some listeners in Australia.
Another shrimp on the barbie. Now, listen, I promise I'll stop doing that. If you write in your stories from Australia, we had one story from Australia.
Which one?
Oh gosh, it was the one where the guy rented the house. And
that was Australia?
Yeah, that was from Australia.
Oh, interesting.
So, but we need
Gary.
more. Gary. Yeah, that's a good memory. Good memory. So, and she needs to write back and follow up because I think we had some follow-up questions about Gary.
Yeah, that was a good story.
It was good. He was a little suspicious, a little sus, as the kids say these days.
Look at you.
I know, thanks. But anyway, so Brooke, thank you so much. And we're excited to have you as a listener and as a submitter of stories.
Yes, and thank you, Robin.
Yes, thank you, Robin. Oh, man. Robin, I mean, that was just, whew, I sure hope it was a ghost. Even though I don't believe. Okay, so my turn again since I messed up that one week and forgot my fan favorite. So
right.
This week I got to pick another fan favorite, which is fine with me. I love picking them. And I picked a good one. So this lady, lovely lady, goes back. Don't even know what episode it was, but she submitted a story and I was kind of rough on her a little bit. I was like, debunk. I mean, I like did not hold back in that episode. I think I went back one point and listened. I was like, oh, I hope she's still a listener. So just to make sure, I went ahead and made her a fan favorite.
Butter up much?
Butter up. No, I'm just kidding. Her name is Sadie, and she is awesome. And she left a wonderful review. Like she did the trifecta. Gave us a story, left a review, hits us up on Facebook. You know, so she does all three.
So she is still listening?
I hope so. I mean, I didn't really like. She's still in our Facebook group.
Okay. You didn't say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I was awful."
No. I mean, no. I'll just tell her right now. Like, I apologize. I think I wrote her an email back when I read her story, and I wrote a little email. It's like, I hope that wasn't too harsh, but no, I'm sure she still listens, and if she doesn't, we got her back in by making her a fan favorite. No, but I just wrote her a little blurb about, thanking her for leaving the great review, being a great supporter on Facebook, and hopefully a listener. And she said, oh, how awesome. And then she said, thank you. I'm so excited for this. A cause near and dear to my heart is the Fox G1 Foundation, which I had never heard about this. My niece was diagnosed with this very rare genetic brain disorder. Oh. I know. With less than 500 in the world, the research is still underway.
Wow.
I know. If donations are made, please do so in honor of my sweet Fox niece, Clarissa of Austin, Texas. And then, so we will put the link up. It gives in detail kind of what all happens if you have this disorder, and then also the research that is being done to try to help people affected by this disorder. So our thoughts are with your niece for sure, Sadie, and her family, and with you. And I'm just so glad she has such a great positive aunt that is putting it out there. And we will definitely support that. And we'll definitely get it out there. And, I plan on making a donation. So hopefully other people will as well.
I think we should put a little bit of our Patreon money towards it.
I think that would be perfect. Let's definitely do that.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
I mean, we should get a little bit of our crab money, but we think it's important.
It's even more important than crab.
Yes, it's way more important than crab.
It's hard to do.
We are totally kidding, Sadie. It is definitely 100% more important than our crab dinner. So, Sadie, thank you so much for being our fan favorite. We really appreciate how much you support us. If you are new to the podcast and wondering what this fan favorite is, we pick somebody near and dear to us every week that we just have noticed. We may or may not know them personally, but just somebody that shows support in certain ways, like leaving a review, supporting us on Facebook, getting our name out there, kind of spreading the word. And we owe it to you all, because without you all spreading our name out there, we would only have one listener.
It's just us sitting in a hot room.
Right. It would be us, and the one listener would be each other. You would be the listener one, and I'd be listener two, and that would be it. So we really appreciate it, and we want to pay it forward.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening tonight. We hope to meet some of you guys on Thursday night at our live event. That is hopefully the first of many. Let's see how this one goes.
Yeah. Let's hope we don't bomb. Everybody say a little prayer for us.
Yeah, be nice. Tell us we look pretty.
Even if we do bomb, just tell us we did a good job.
Yeah.
We'll know.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me, we'll know. It's not like we're not those totally self-aware people that go off of only what people say. No, we'll know we bombed. We just need you to be nice anyway.
Yes, please. So we hope to see you guys Thursday, and we will be posting that episode soon. If you want to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, or follow us on Spotify, and then just spread the word so that other people hear about us. We really appreciate it. You can follow us on Facebook at My Skeptical Sister. We're also on Instagram and sometimes on TikTok. Megan has promised a TikTok before we go on Thursday.
I got to deliver.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm working on my renegade dance as we speak.
Yeah, not me. That's going to be all you.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I don't know what we'll do, but it'll be something funny.
Right.
Can you do like one of those boomerang videos? Like where we just do something like maybe it'll just be us taking a shot.
Yeah, I don't think that's how TikTok works, but we'll figure it out. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for everything. And we will see you guys soon and talk to you next week.
Bye.
La 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 la.
Just laying on my head. Don't fly swatter my head.
Especially if there's like,
ew, there's
guts
already
on it.
guts on that one. Use the other side if you do.
Okay.
Ugh.
So I get up and shut my door, not thinking anything of it. I lay back down, facing my door. Pepper.
Did that make you sad?
Pepper my.
It really sounded like you got choked up like in a sad way.
No. Bloody Mary is spicy and then suddenly.
Which is hella scary.
That is really scary.
Yeah.
I accidentally got ice in my mouth. I didn't mean to.
You're like, what do I do with the ice?
No.
You gotta chew it. You gotta chew it or spit it back in. Either way, it's gonna make noise. I chewed it.
I want the ice to make my drink cold, but it makes it hard to drink the drink.
Mm-hmm. Without it clinking.
Yeah.
It's such a
And
problem.
without slurping. I want to.
Yeah, I know. I want to slurp so bad. We need better manners.
Okay.
Straws and frosted glasses next time.
Ooh.
Yeah, we were thinking ahead. Okay.
Maybe a shrimp.
A shrimp. Oh, so we have Mary and the boys. Oh, it's my turn. It was like hanging out. Like, so what's that?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Oh yeah, we have podcasts. I forgot about that. Okay.
It was enough to freak him out enough to put a door in front of, or
A door in front of a chair.
A chair in front of the door. I mean,
It wouldn't be the brightest light bulb.
Yeah, you make fun of him. Go for it.
I was saying if he had put a door in front
Sharpest tool in the shed.
tool in the shed, or the brightest bulb in the what? In the lamp? There's a saying.
Yeah, there is.
Bulb, the brightest. The brightest bulb.